G'day everyone, Chewin the FAT is back, and here it is with episode number 2. Now, I just have to say I know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and this is just another one to add to the pile, but this is my journey. Last week I told you what I'm going to be doing. This week I'm going to be telling you about why. So we'll be talking about what I'm going to be doing, what fish I'm going to be chasing, how I'm going to be chasing them, and why I'm actually doing this whole trip. Now, obviously, anyone can say, I'm going around Australia, I'm doing all that. I'm trying to do it a little bit different on what makes this a challenge. Well, this is what I'm going to put out to you guys. I want to set a challenge that I can do in 12 months, and allowing on weather, I want to hit every state and do as many different challenges as I can in that period of time. Whether it's a one-on-one challenge against another fisherman, whether it's two of us against the environment that we're put up against, that doesn't make sense. Whether it's the two of us put up against the environment of where we are, or it's actually the whole bucket list challenge. So I want you to tell me what species I should be chasing. Now, I've always had a calendar year bucket list, and it went 60 centimetre yellow, 50 centimetre bass, metre cod, and a metre barra in the one calendar year, which always made it hard because of the north end barra stuff and the southern end cod stuff, and then closures and everything else. But if I'm going around Australia, I might be able to tick that off. What other species should I add to that list? This is where the challenge comes into it. Now, I'm not going to take any shortcuts. This is all going to be in public places. I'm not going to go to places where you can't access yourself. Well, I'll rephrase that. I will go to places that you can't access, but I won't film them. The places and the challenge that I am setting myself will all be in the public environment. And the other thing I will not be doing is I won't be paying anyone to get me over the line. If I fail this challenge, it will be documented as a fail. I'm not going to pay for services. Caveat to that would be is if I pay for a charter. Now, on that charter, I don't believe those fish should be a part of the challenge, but say I grabbed a mate and we both went out on a charter and then we set a challenge on that charter, that's a different story. So once again, as I said, these are going to be short and sharp to start with. This is all part of the planning stage, so I need your help. What species should I be targeting? There's the absolute classics. It could be saltwater or freshwater. I'm going to try and do both. My preference has always been inland waterways, and I will be doing a lot of inland Australia. But when I get out to the coast, I want to be chasing some of those coastal species as well. So do we separate subspecies? Do we have river bass versus dam bass? Or do we have freshwater barra versus saltwater barra? And impoundments, maybe the fish are getting bigger, wild barra are worth more. Do I put it to a point structure? Should I have a points per fish, or should I just set it at a target fish? Let me know your thoughts and which way I should go with that. But obviously, barramundi. Everyone wants to tick off the metre-long barramundi. Now, whether my challenge ends me in a tournament scenario where I go and fish a barra tournament, or it's just a one-on-one challenge with somebody else, it still has the same value of being a metre-long barra is sort of the benchmark of where we're at. Do we change the challenge to accommodate anyone? No, we don't. The challenge is my challenge for me. I don't care if I'm using live sight or if I'm bait fishing or if I'm lure fishing. I don't have a particular care of which way I catch them. My process is that I want to tick them off the list, and I've got a very, very short window to do this. So obviously fish number one is barra, and as I said, I might get to, and we'll get to over the next couple of episodes, whether I should separate it to being an impoundment and a wild barra scenario. But let me know your thoughts, whether they're the same in the challenge or whether I should separate them into two different things. So then we go to offshore pelagic species. So I'm not going to be set up. I've only got the little boat doing smaller excursions, reasonably close to the coast. So I'm not going to be going miles and miles out offshore at this stage. So what pelagic species can I chase in a little boat? That's what I want you to think about when you're talking about. That's what I want you to think about when you're writing in your comments what species I should chase, and make it a realistic target. It might be jewfish, it might be wahoo off the Gold Coast, could be Spanish mackerel off the top end of the Northern Territory. I don't know too much about those species, but we're going to be targeting them. So give me a couple ideas of some saltwater pelagic species. Now, is there going to be a difference between the top of Australia and the bottom of Australia? Yes, there is. So closed seasons, wet seasons, all that sort of things I've got to take into consideration when I'm chasing these fish. Do I chase heavy tackle reef fish out off WA, up the top end around the Kimberley? Do I chase the barra up there? I'm not sure. So if you have a venue that you think, or a place that I should be targeting these fish, or a time of the year I should be targeting, so I can then start to set, I'm going to be here at this time or here at that time. I'm asking for you guys, my supporters, the people that have followed me all the way through, and the new ones that have come on board just to watch this, to get involved. Tell me where I should be going, when I should be going there. Because one thing I know is I don't know. So I need your help. Then what do I do around Victoria and South Australia coastline? Do I chase the big snapper, the large whiting? Is it a scenario where I try and learn how to snorkel and go crayon, or what is it? Tell me some of those cold water species as well. Do I chase barrels out off Melbourne? There are plenty of options that I need your help with. And of course, there's what's in my wheelhouse. Inland fishing, yellowbelly, bass, redfin, Murray cod, Saratoga, all of those inland species. So that's gonna be the mainstay of my trip. I'll be inland a lot more than I'll be coastal. So do I set my targets harder? Do I separate them so Murray cod and yellowbelly in impoundments do grow very big? Or is it, where I chase a river fish? Do I set challenges around that? Are there people that you'd like to see me try and contact and have a challenge with or against? Tell me who you think I should be contacting. That'd help out as well. So you might think, who am I up against? Well, I'm up against the time, I'm up against the weather, I could be up against other people, but ultimately I'm up against myself. Me versus the fish. Can I tick off each of these, which will be announced just before I go, what my target species are, how I'm going to chase them, and each time I tick one off, I can start concentrating on another. Do I spend more time in one area than another? I don't know. So is it me versus the weather? Is it me versus the tides? Is it me versus the distance, the budget? I'm going to be on a very, very tight budget. I'm going to have to stop and work as I'm going around. Does that put a hole in my time frame of all doing it in a 12-month period? I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts. Can I tick off all of these species, and all of these challenges in a 12-month period? The other thing I've got to look at too is my setup. Those who followed the channel know that I set up the caravan to travel around Australia. Circumstances changed. Now I'm going to be doing it in a rooftop tent, and I'm going to be doing it out the back of the Amarok with a boat in tow. So There's going to be constraints on weather, where I can go, what I can do. I'll be living out of a car and trying to edit all these videos at the same time. So a big thing like fatigue will set in at some stage. But I am looking forward to this. There is also another layer to this whole trip. Part of what I went through during COVID and setting up Chewin the FAT the first time was wholly and solely about helping others out and getting a platform out there for people to share. Now, this will be the same thing. I said last week I'm going to partner with somebody in the men's mental health side of things. I haven't decided who yet, but definitely the Australian Heart Foundation. So I will be raising money for those charities as I go forward. How that comes about, that will change as time goes on. I think what I can do is if I do get a couple of celebrities on, maybe I can use their celebrity power to promote, and we'll get some funding through and try and do a challenge where all the money donated goes through to that charity at that period of time. I'm not sure. If you've got any ideas, once again, this is a platform. Give it to me. I'll read all the comments. I'll get back to us. All of you, if you write a comment in there and give me an idea and I like it, I will use it, and I will give you a shout out and let you know, thanks for the idea, I suppose. So yes, this is going to be as much a physical challenge as it will be a mental challenge, and part of doing this whole thing and documenting it all is my way of showing that you can perform and you can do things even if you're going through a tough time or a tough period in your life. If you've got some demons happening, it shouldn't stop you from trying new things. This is way outside my comfort zone. I don't know where the money's going to come from. I don't know how I'm going to afford maybe the second half of the trip. I've got enough saved up for probably half the trip. I'm going to have to work as I go. So, the bills will pile up while I'm gone, and it will be as mentally fatiguing as it will be as physically fatiguing as well. So you can come along in the journey. You can see my frustrations. I'm not going to hide anything. It will be a balls and all type scenario. You will see the ups and you will see the downs. It might be the case where I'm chasing Murray cod and I don't quite, maybe I get a 98 and the target's a metre, but cod season closes. Well, that's going to have to go on the back burner for 3 months while I go somewhere else and chase other species. I will come back to that fish before I finish the trip. This trip is going to be about mental toughness and perseverance. Anytime you put fish out there and try and chase them on camera, makes it even harder. So if you're following along, you can root against me or root for me. I don't really care. Write them in the comments. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me you like it. Tell me you hate it. It doesn't really matter. Just the feedback makes it so good. Part of negative feedback for me is teaching myself how to handle it, and I will get it, and I will have to learn to tolerate it. There are negative people out there, but I want to prove to people that if you put positive out there, positive will stay in front of you. So what will the trip look like? Well, I suppose I'm going to break it down over the next few months. I will release a podcast probably every week once I hit the road. I will maybe do one podcast a month for the next sort of 10 months until I leave, just to give you an update of where I'm at with the build of the ute, the build of the boat, the situation going forward. I can't really do a weekly program at this point in time. But tell me, if you want a weekly program and you want me to just sit here and waffle on about just catching a species, I can do that. But I thought I'd make it more this next sort of 6 to 10 months of setting everything up. I'll talk to you about where I'm at with that, where I'm going with, or why I've chosen that, or why I've chosen this. So this process will be all about me just learning new things. So what will I class as what will I class as a success? Obviously, I want to complete the challenges that we set. And I say we, you and me. But I think a successful trip will be is if I can come back with as much enthusiasm and positivity as what I've got right now, I'll be more than happy. It will prove so many points beyond a doubt that if you just go out and try, things will happen. The little things along the way that I want to tick off, showcasing all those little towns, the little pubs, the little caravan parks. I want to just support the little people, and that's just in my nature to do that. So if I stop in a small town, I go to a small bakery, I'll give them a shout out if they've got good product. I won't do it if they've not. But there's so many cool little places out there that you just might want to travel to on your, so there'll be traveling content as well as fishing content. I'm not sure. Should I start TikTok? Am I too old for TikTok? Comment below. So once again, please, I'm asking for your help. I want to know the fish I should target, whether I'm doing inland or, you know, close coastal stuff, whether I'm doing impoundment, freshwater, saltwater. Give us a size. Just want to tick the fish off, so I don't want to put too many limitations on myself. Maybe just a size and a fish. This is a challenge. This is fun. This is for you to come along with the journey. For somebody that might be stuck at work that just can't get away, you can live through this channel. Corey's Dam Fishing will be all about the content, and Chewin the FAT will be the podcast that you'll be able to listen to. I will try and record an episode a week, maybe on the environment or where I'm at or what I'm chasing. It might be that I interview a local or somebody like that. We can do a local scenario. Sky's the limit. Maybe give me some suggestions of what you would like to see, and I will look at them and see if I can put them in. As I said, I'm not sure whether I could do 30-minute shows leading up to when I'm leaving, but I'm positive I'll have enough content to go forward once I hit the road. So what I'll be looking for in the next episode will be your help. As I said, trying to work out a route, a timeline, the logistics, you know, a little bit on the setup. I'll do some more of that. But with you guys backing this journey, either financially or just watching, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, it helps the channel. Once I can get a little bit of money from socials, it helps me continue to go, and maybe I could do a second lap. So I'm fully aware that the funding is going to come out of my pocket, but any little bit helps. If you can chip in anything, you know, make sure you do. I do have some wonderful sponsors that are giving me some products to give away, and they are purely giveaways. So have to be subscribed to the channel and I'll give you a product. And one of those is the tuna. I will be giving that away as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So make sure you jump over and subscribe to Corey's Dam Fishing. I will draw out randomly one person out of my subscribers. That person, all they have to be is living in Australia and be able to pick up the boat at some stage on my trip around Australia. So once again, I'm the Cap. People know me as Corey, but all my friends and you guys out there know me as Cap. This is Chewin the FAT. My main channel is Corey's Dam Fishing. I will have blogs on my website, corysdamfishing.com. I will have Facebook and Instagram photos and feeds going up. As I said, do you want me on TikTok? Maybe I need to be on that as well. And podcasts here on YouTube and every other avenue I can get the podcast out on. But all I need is your support. If you are a potential sponsor, get in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you about what I can do to help your business out. And as I've said all the way along, I'm not here to do ads for people. I'm here to show product that will work and work in real life environments. And when it does that, the story will sell the product for you. So if you're interested in helping me out, please let me know. As I said, I'm the Cap. You're my friend. See you next time.
Generate by AI.